This feels nice. Lick it and stick it. Shut. Everybody. Someone help. Is this Millennial Hope Corps? Onwards with the task at hand. Hi, I'm DW. Welcome to my cottage garden, where I grow food and flowers and share it all with you. So I'm out in the Polytunnel and it feels like summer. And I know it's just the beginning of April, but I'm not going to stop myself from getting excited. This feels amazing. I mean, I'm looking at the thermostat right behind and it got up to 50 degrees Celsius in here. So talk about a scorcheroo. But this is the thing. I'm in the Polytunnel, and as much as I love it, I almost sometimes dread coming in here because whenever I come in here, there are several other jobs that I find myself wanting to tackle. I came in here with the intention of potting up some snapdragons, which are in desperate need of it, but to be honest, I'm so tired of the potting up saga. I'm juggling chilies and tomato plants indoors, and it just feels relentless. I never quite know where all of my pots have gone, or where I've already allocated those pots, and I just want things to be in the ground. But we're in the final stretch, it's getting warmer, and I just need to get on with it. I'm also going to try and tackle another seed spiral, seed thingamabobby. I've tried them with some nasturtiums and some cornflowers. I just thought I'd give it a go, and it is pretty successful. And I think, to be honest, that is a good way to go when I'm just so tired of the whole potting on saga. I can just add more compost to it if I want and just keep plodding along. There are already so many things that I would do differently if I was starting this growing season over again, but we can chat about those in a little bit. And before I can even start, I feel like I need to water some of my gajillion dahlias. I say that fully intending to recreate this similar chaos next year. So I'm not really complaining. I'm pretty happy about the situation, especially as some of them are starting to sprout. But yeah, sorry, let me just finish something. I love flowers. And now that I'm in a position where I have a bigger garden, more space to justify my actions, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm not hurting anyone. And it brings me a lot of joy. It really does. So drink up, girlies. I could have just got the watering can, but I'm committed now. And then immediately I can't resist having a peek at some of the other things and wondering how they're getting on. Oh, I haven't actually talked about this. Let me quickly show you. This is a whole bunch of rose cuttings I've been taking from various bouquets of flowers that I've got. So some are from Valentine's Day, some are from earlier this month. And I've just been cutting them below like a leaf node, popping on some rooting hormone, and then sticking them in the soil. And all of these leaves and shoots and stuff are new. So who knows? I just thought it'd be fun to try propagating these roses. I know people are like, oh no, it'll never work, blah, blah. Let me live, just let me live. Let us live. Let the girlies and guys and theys grow flowers. Okay? I went on a bit of a tangent there. Water away, water away. Gosh, there is so much here that I need to pot up. There's loads of marigolds, dahlias from seed, sunflowers. I flipping love it. I absolutely love it. I started some not cauliflower. I started some chamomile seeds the other day too, which I'm really excited about. I've got some amaranth going. What's this? What did I sow here? Oh yeah, more chamomile. And these are, another type of sunflower. She's got lots on the go, and I'm very excited about it. There you go. Yeah, you're thirsty. Right, that's enough water. Just spotted something that needs a little more of a drink. There we go. Shut, everybody. I did not know where that came from. Okay, onwards with the task at hand. So life has just it's been so busy, but good busy. I know that sounds like a bit of a cliche in itself, but it has. I've been adjusting to having Billy and the ducks, and that's just a whole new routine. So I get up around 6:45 each morning, and then go out to check and see if Billy's eaten his food overnight, and then put out some more biscuits for him in the morning, just to see if there's anything that needs to be sorted in his room, top up his water, change over his litter, and then we pop over to see the ducks and put out their food in their pen for them. They don't have it with them overnight, just because they don't really need it. Ducks are pretty good at regulating their own appetites, and they do have also a treadle feeder in there, which if they're really desperate for food, they will use. So it's fine, and like clean up their water. It's different. It's different to what I was doing before, which is just about getting up in the morning and admittedly a little bit of doom scrolling, which wasn't good. For putting on my, what they called, putting on my snapdragons, I'm going to use this seed and cutting compost. This was very kindly gifted to me by Durstons, and yeah, I'm intrigued by it. I'm going to try it out. As of pretty much anything I talk about, I can't sit there and say, oh my gosh, it's the best thing, you should buy it, because that's not really me, but also because a lot of this stuff I'm trying for the first time. Like, gardening doesn't have to be about finding all these specialty products. You use what you've got and do the best with what you can. And so, yeah, I mean, I've seen this in the range and stuff. So I've seen it and I thought, oh, that looks cool. It looks pretty affordable. But yeah, who knows? Who knows how I'll get on? So let's see, shall we? But yeah, so it's been a new routine, which I've absolutely loved. And I don't know, it's been a mixture of things. I haven't been expecting to be as attached to Billy as I am. I think just because the kind of relationship with a barn cat is that you're more their guardian. But I absolutely love the little marshmallow. I absolutely adore him. And so, yeah, haven't been prepared for that. Oh, hang on a second. Let me show you this. This looks really cool. I don't know if you can see that. But it looks like it's coir based. It's quite orangey. It's got some stuff in it, which I think will probably help with the moisture retention. But this feels nice. Oh, it does feel very soft. Oh, wow. What's in it? Let's have a gander. So, it's peat-free, which is awesome. A specially formulated blend of peat-free materials from renewable sources benefiting the environment. Produces a long-lasting nutrient boost when growing your plants. What's in it? Well, I don't really know what's in it, but yeah, I mean, it looks okay. The thing is, with stuff like this, when I don't entirely know what it's blended with, I'm more on the side of using it for flowers than I am for edible crops, just because with edible crops, as much as I can, I try to grow organically. And I say as much as I can because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it's like the Wild West out there trying to find stuff that is 100% certified organic and peat free. It's tricky. Not to mention that I'm aware that, you know, for different budgets and stuff, sometimes that's just not feasible. It's just not for some people. So I never want to sit there and be like, this is what you should do, blah, 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 because at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to survive, and no one needs another person yelling at them, telling them that they're doing the wrong thing in their life. And yeah, it's just not that deep. Well, I mean, you could argue it is that deep. Anyway, I'm talking in circles. That's just what I do, and that's just what I try to do my best. I actually had a little bit of seed sowing compost in here already, and I've just added that in, and it looks quite pretty. So yeah, just mix that together, and I think it just looks all right. Got a tiny pot here, probably from a small indoor plant that I might have killed, but we're reusing, yay! And I'm just packing the little pot full of it. And so, yeah. Now, I actually do have this little wooden dipper here, but I'm not going to lie. Another very handy dipper is the end of a biro. I just feel like sometimes it works better than some of the other dippers, and yeah, I don't know. I always try and use nature's dipper anyway, just my finger, with something as fiddly as snapdragon seeds, which I absolutely adore the flowers, but I find the seeds so fiddly. I just don't like really fine seeds. It stresses me out because you don't really know where you're sowing them. And I know people say use things like a toothpick and lick it and stick it, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. So I'm going to sort of tip that out because people like grab it by the leaves, but this thing is so fragile. Like the leaves are tiny. So here we are. And in here we've got about 1, 2, 3, too many seedlings is what we have. So I'm just going to take the strongest looking ones and put them in individual pots. Whoever survives, survives. That sounded quite morbid. Sorry, I'm talking about plants. So anyway, moving on swiftly. Just going to rummage these apart. But yeah, the ducks have just brought me so much joy. They are very cheeky and they have hilarious personalities. Like, for instance, Ming Ming, who is the golden sort of fawnish one, she loves her food. She loves her peas in particular, but she will come right to the front and quack at you. No one else can have a say in, which is just absolutely hilarious, but she means well and she's an absolute sweetheart. And then, yeah, most of the day they are just yelling. And at first we were kind of alarmed by this. We're like, what is going on? Like, is something attacking them? No, they are dipping their heads in the water, shaking about, and then laughing, which I just find absolutely hilarious. So that's how they get their kicks in the day, which I absolutely love. You see, this is what annoys me about snapdragons. This little bit, it's like, oh yeah, so it further down. I did try. Now I don't want to lift it up in case it breaks, but I'm going to try it anyway. Now I've lost the seedling. Someone help. Help. It's gone. Oh, no, I found it. Yeah. This is the thing. I was like, yeah, do gardening. It's so relaxing. It's so chill. And it is. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love this as something to go to. But it is also just carnage sometimes. But it's carnage because we can make it carnage. There is like chaos gardening, but I don't know if I'm fully on board with that. Not as a criticism to anyone else, but on board with that in my own garden. Because I want to at least know where I've planted stuff. But I won't lie, sometimes I just feel like going out and checking a pack of seeds and seeing what happens. Who knows, maybe I'll have like a chaos garden patch in the garden and go from there. I could be a chaos gardener convert. So that is one little seedling sown. And I'll give it a water and see how I get on. But yeah, it's a really weird feeling. Like I feel so thankful for how my life has been going, I guess, over this past year. Like I feel like so much has changed quite quickly. For instance, like this house is like a dream home of mine, and I've wanted things like ducks for so long, and then like a cat as well. And to have that just feels so amazing. But it also just feels so foreign. Like it's that weird sort of cliche of feeling like, oh, when you've got everything you dreamed of, and then you're like, whoa, this is actually the life I dreamed of. And yeah, it's by no means like, oh my gosh, the ideal life, but just even things like having more room to grow fruits and vegetables and flowers. And yeah, I just feel really thankful for that. Sometimes I think back, and I know people love to say, oh, you know, gardening saved my life, or the cliches of like gardening is my therapy and stuff like that. But gardening has been amazing for me. It really has. And sometimes I even think back to like times where I went through spells of really being into gardening, and something stupid would happen, like with a guy or whatever. And I'm married now, but like how gardening would almost be the first thing to trail off. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. There is no one that's going to take gardening from me. Like, no way, Jose. And to be in a place now where I put so much emphasis and focus on that, and I've integrated that into my lifestyle by getting a really big garden that I can't really turn away from. It kind of feels amazing. It feels full circle. I literally just want people to experience something that brings me so much joy and really grounds me, I'd say. It puts things into perspective because, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm telling so cheesy, but not every seed you sow today is going to bloom tomorrow, because things take a really long time to grow. But also, some seeds just die off, and that's okay. You sow another seed and just keep going. And I feel like that's a bit like what life is like. And yeah, gardening helps me not lose sight of that, which I think is quite cool. Don't you? Well, I'd sort of hope you did, in some sense, if you're watching this video. Otherwise, you might be on the wrong side of YouTube. Is this millennial hope core? I don't know. This is the thing, the sun is setting soon, and I'm still here with the snapdragon seedlings because they're taking ages to sow, and they're so fiddly, and I don't want to break any of them. One of the really cool things as well about having the ducks is I have more duck eggs than I know what to do with. And don't get me wrong, I love duck eggs. I've looked at all the nutrition benefits and stuff like that, but I'm still new to them. And so there's like, it's like this game in my mind of, oh, am I going to eat it? Is it going to taste, I don't know, gamey or something? And like, is it going to freak me out? And I don't think it will, because they taste quite similar to chicken eggs. But it's just sometimes it feels like a hurdle every time I'm going to use them. And I know they're also really good in baking. And so I'm like, am I going to return to my baking era? I don't know. I sort of stepped away from my baking era after I was nearly on that show. Very nearly on that show. And then afterwards convinced myself I must actually be horrible at baking. And I've kind of been traumatized since. Maybe I'll cut that out. Or leave it in. Who knows? Right, I need to hurry up because it is getting later. And I need to give the girls their nightly treat of frozen peas. So I've just put in my seed and cutting compost. I've got some rainwater here just to moisten it a bit. From what I've found doing this literally once, moister compost helps a little bit, like in terms of it not falling out of the coil that you create with the seed snail. And I'm going to sow some cosmos and aster. It's pretty good, I think. The great thing about buying a house is that you end up with loads of bubble wrap. So I'm determined to try and reuse it in as many ways as possible. So I've just laid out some compost on the bubble wrap here. I also have some rubber bands. And so I am actually going to roll it first and then sow the seeds. Initially, I think I put the seeds in with the soil and then rolled it, but I just found that a bit chaotic because I was then like trying to keep track of where any seeds might have fallen, and it wasn't a great time. So this immediately feels so much better. Oh my gosh. And to be fair, I was doing it in like the dead of winter before, and it was raining and very cold. I could barely see. I was on TikTok live at the same time. It was a lot going on. And I was like, I don't know if it's for me. I don't know if I like the seed snail. Maybe just don't do it under such pressured conditions. We've got our seed snail there. I'm going to quickly do the other one. Let me just grab my seeds. So I've got some asters here. So yeah, I'm just sprinkling that on the little spiral itself. There we are. I'm just going to do a few more. And yeah, there we are. I think that's fine. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And then the cosmos. I'm just going to tuck him in. I'm going to tuck him in spiky way round and see what nature does. Despite my distraction in the polytunnel, I have got a lot done. And I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it. My seed snails! Yay! I need to label these before I immediately forget what they are. Thanks for watching. I'll see you sometime soon, and let's grow together. That felt really cringy. Let me go and feed my ducks. Hello, girls. Hello. Oh, wow, lots of poos. We're going to give you some new straw. Hello. Look what I've got. Whee! Yeah. You know what time it is. Come on. Come on, Ring Ring. Come on. Whee. Ow. 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 Come on. There you go. There you go. Whoopies.